right, guys, you already know we're back again, back at it. Gotta let you know a few things as far as this S54 swap goes on version 4 of Veronica. All right, as I'm going along and learning, I'm trying to pass that knowledge on to you guys. There are a few things that are the same from any other 24 valve swap. There are a couple things that are going to be different, some slight modifications, and some things that just make your life a little bit easier. Today, in particular, I'm just going to go over a few things that are going to make your life easier when it comes to the wiring of things. So what you'll see here is I have a Z3M wiring harness for this swap. This is a full engine wiring harness from the Z3M. It is essentially plug and play as if it were the stock S54 wiring harness. Why the Z3M wiring harness, you ask? Well, we're talking about making our lives a little bit easier when we're doing this swap, right? So one of the main problems that you run into when you're using the stock S54 harness is that harness is a little bit short. It's a little bit tight. You don't have much wiggle room when it comes to getting this thing into your E30, nor do you have the options as far as where you're mounting your ECU. So what does the Z3M wiring harness allows you to do? It allows you to have that space to work, and it allows you to mount the ECU in the glove compartment or another factory location that's within the car itself. This is like the number one thing that's going to make your life much easier, as well as the next couple things that I'm going to show you. So the next thing that you're going to be looking for is to go to Redline Motorsports and get yourself a wiring harness adapter. So this is the Z3M S54 wiring harness adapter for an E30, plug and play. Like I said, we are making our lives simple. We all know a guy, we can go on the forums, we know someone on IG, someone down the block that wires airplanes or something that could probably make this adapter or the harness or whatever it is. Listen, we're talking about making your lives easier, not having to wait on anybody. Click, ship, right to your door, and in a pretty reasonable amount of time. Z3M wiring harness adapter from Redline Motorsports, plug and play, nice and simple. That's going to be number 2. Number 3 coming up. And this is it. This is the 318, and as you can see, this is a factory piece. This is a 318 ECU bracket. What this allows you to do is it allows you to mount your 24 valve swap ECU into a factory location within your glove box, so it's not just hanging and dangling somewhere. Having this piece is, for me, a very important detail to completing your project. Just to have the peace of mind that your ECU is just not slapping around somewhere random. It's an inexpensive piece, and it's just something that adds extra detail to your project, makes it OEM plus, and once again, makes your life more simple. These 3 things together will wrap up your project and make it look absolutely professionally done if you're doing this type of work at home. I would say the last thing I would add to this little equation, if we were to make it a 4-part thing to make your life easier, is the M3 firewall harness cover, which is also a relatively inexpensive piece. It is a small detail piece that makes all the difference in the world. So if you can get yourself the firewall harness cover from the E30 M3, you get yourself the 318 early model ECU bracket, you get the Redline Motorsport harness adapter, and you get yourself the Z3M wiring harness for the engine. You're gonna spend a little money, but in the grand scheme of things, it's going to make your life easier, or whoever you have built in your car, much easier. They're going to like you. They're going to want to put you up in line so you get your project done a little faster. So take it from me. So that's about it. I hope that you guys got something from this. This is just a quickie to put something out there, just give you a little idea of the type of parts and things that I'm putting into this project. If I didn't already upload it or Probably not before this. I'm gonna upload another video on what I'm doing for the brakes, and then I'll have a second part to the brakes once I get some other updates from a vendor. And yeah, that's about it for now. I'll see y'all for the next.